Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Media Crash Podcast. This is episode 11, and we are going to be talking about music genres and just music and video games and TV and everything. And obviously, we're mixing up the lineup here. We have a good friend, Ryan, who we've talked about previously. So we'll just go into it. My name is Holden, otherwise known as Time to Grind.
Hey guys, my name is Ryan, alias is Red the Hippie.
I'm Matthew. Who are you?
Red.
Oh, okay. I'm also known as Sutter.
Yes, and so we're going to be talking about just music, and I think to start us off, since music is, in itself its own thing, we could probably talk about it just in general, so like what our favorite genres are and stuff. So I've always been kind of like a rap / like hip hop person, and then, so what are your guys' favorite genres?
I mean, personally, like rock, and more specifically like psychedelic rock. Blame it on the drugs, but that's my genre.
I listen to mostly rock, according to my Spotify, but there's also a lot of rap and hip hop in there.
Yeah, and I think because obviously we all use, well, not obviously, but we all use Spotify because Spotify is pretty lit. And one thing that's like always interesting about it is that like you have like, at least my Spotify library has like a billion different genres. So if I'm just shuffling my liked songs, it could go from like a video game soundtrack to like a hard rap song to like the one country song I have out of 3,000 songs or whatever.
It's the algorithm.
Matthew, is your Discover Weekly or whatever? Tell
it's still garbage.
So yeah, no.
So Spotify has this feature where every week, if you know Spotify, it releases like a little 10-song playlist based on the music you listen to. Mm-hmm. I think it's just listen to, not music you have, just music listen to. Because I have my normal music I like, but I also have a separate playlist called movie video game music, where it's just not songs used in a movie or video game, but just like the soundtracks specifically. And I sometimes listen to that because it's fun to listen to while I like hang out or something. Yeah. But that fucks up my recommended, and it immediately thinks I'm into weird chiptune video game rap shit.
And then like, do you like a lot of like PewDiePie songs?
Oh, yeah.
Or, like Markiplier? Or...
so many every time I get Epic Rap Battles History on Spotify. I'm like, no, that's fun to watch, not like listen to. And like I hate it every time. I have a playlist just for finding like the garbage songs I find on that Discover Weekly. I only have a couple songs on there, but I need to start doing that more.
So I don't know how the algorithm works, but maybe it's like, oh, dude, he keeps adding the music into playlists. Like
that might work. That's definitely a point.
I've only done it twice, but
well, okay, well then probably not.
Yeah, but I'm just mad because it's like, okay, I would understand if it was just recommending me more video game like soundtracks, because then I could listen to those and just add that to the playlist. But it's not. It's confusing itself and thinking I'm like 12 years old watching Minecraft. I've gotten so many Minecraft related songs too.
Have you tried leaving like a bad review, like?
Or like you could probably talk to customer. I'm sure like they could wipe the like data or something.
I could do that.
Like just be like, hey, my Discover Weekly for the last year has been trash. Can you like just help refresh, start it over, help me? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I could do that. The only time I've contacted them, they were super helpful. This is kind of off track. This is related to music because it's Spotify. Yeah. But someone hacked into my Spotify account and just made it like a French music themed Spotify. It was all like French music. They it was like several hundred new liked songs that were not mine, and like he completely wiped my liked songs and some of my playlists.
And did they bring it back?
They brought it all back.
Oh, that's good.
Why would you hack someone's Spotify? That's like
well, maybe because premium or something.
Premium probably.
Wow,
I don't know, but that's still like.
But I can still go like, well, fuck you. I guess you get a free month because I'm canceling this.
Well, yeah, and like it's also like you add all those songs, and then a month later you get your account back, and all their saved songs aren't there anymore. I don't know.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah. So, Ryan, I know that you do the music yourself a little bit, so you should talk about that for a little bit.
What, so I don't know, man. Like, music is such like a vast area. It's really hard to find your niche, but I think that like your niche and what you play kind of like really ties into what you listen to. So you listen to a lot of rap, you're gonna, be like a rapper, But personally, I like, psychedelic and guitar stuff. So that's, I listen to a lot of Pink Floyd, Beatles, early 60s, 70s stuff. And hopefully, I feel like it's like I'm trying to absorb that influence, but
I know, we should have had him bring his guitar, because he's gotten so good at just like doing the little guitar things.
Always got to get better. Like, you know, just next time I come visit.
I know, yeah, because Ryan here has betrayed us. He used to live here in good old Tejas with us, and then he went off to freaking Alaska, Zimbabwe somewhere.
Connecticut?
Alaska, Zimbabwe. I want to go to Alaska, Zimbabwe. Like the town of Alaska
Zimbabwe?
in Zimbabwe.
Oh, I was thinking the town of Zimbabwe in Alaska.
They're rivals. They hate each other.
It's like a football team or something. But so I guess the other part of music, because you know, obviously we could talk a ton about like music tastes and stuff like that. Actually, while we're still talking about just music in itself, let's like all say, you kind of did it, but like, what are our like 3 favorite like bands or like musicians? Because like that's a whole nother. If you can't, so I'm trying to think. I think my top number 1 for sure has always been, since like I first started getting into music, is this like kind of rapper named Watsky. And we've been to Watsky concerts before.
Oh my god!
But he actually just broke the world record for the longest freestyle rap. It was 33 hours, like 33 minutes. Dude was going hard
the whole time.
Yeah, but I like him because he does like his music or his lyrics anyways. Or he used to do like spoken poetry or whatever, poetry slams, and so his lyrics are like just actual lyrics. They're not just like, I don't know,
random nonsense.
It's not like Lil Pump.
It's poetry.
Lil Pump is good, but his lyrics are just like it's like just
Hype
4
train,
words
baby.
repeated for 3 minutes. But I mean, it's good. It sounds good. But I don't know.
Is a Lil Pump mumble rap?
I think you could.
Yeah, you would either call it mumble rap or SoundCloud rap, because I
Yeah.
know SoundCloud rap is like technically a genre.
He's
I think you could
SoundCloud.
classify him like that.
How could he be a SoundCloud rapper if he's not on Sound? Wait,
He started on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
did he? Okay, there's a
Yeah.
SoundCloud. Okay, I didn't know that.
Well,
Because that's a
SoundCloud-
requirement to be a sound, like to fall into the SoundCloud genre of music. You have to.
I hope
like,
so.
Have a SoundCloud.
I hope
presence.
so. But you never know with some of these fucking definitions and
People
terms.
get famous left and right. You could be famous like not on SoundCloud, but call yourself a SoundCloud
Do you think?
rapper. And
Do you think there's an artist that got famous on that DS like thing?
Oh, the like music thing, the music creator on the DS.
maybe
or
not like
whatever.
got famous, but I feel like he might have gotten a start. You know, be like, check this beat out, and it's like his 5th
Sounded a
grade
little
friend.
DS.
You just reminded me, my one of my childhood friends, her name's Anna. We used to have like DSs or whatever, and we used to do the music thing. And I remember at one point her sister did something that annoyed us or whatever, when we were hanging out over there. And so she like locked herself in her room, and to annoy her, you could record your voice and like auto tune it. And we were like, I can't remember what we were, but it was something like, "You are a jerk, you're so mean." But then we like auto tuned it into like a thing, and we hid it in like a basket outside of her door and played at max
That's
volume.
genius. That is genius.
I don't know. It's
Absolutely dastardly.
Psychologically torturing them.
so
You know, back to what you were saying though
Yeah.
about like your favorite. So I said it earlier. Like, honestly, like Pink Floyd is probably like my favorite, and I just gotta like. Honestly, I can't really label like one specific part of like, you know, who I think is the best, but like David Gilmour, I think he was so revolutionary with the way he played guitar, and I think that's what draws me in, is like the sounds that man makes on a guitar. You just like, you don't hear it, like he's like making love to it, like you can really see the emotion.
yeah,
And
like
so-
he's creating sounds that you can't even hear another. What was that one song that we were playing on Rock Band that you showed me? It was like, and you kept playing it like over the next couple of days, and the guitar, like I don't know, the way the guitar was being played.
Was it Lazaretto by Jack White? It was like the
Was the album cover kind of like black and white a little bit? I don't know. But either
There's-
way,
there's a
yeah.
lot
There's
of-
sometimes you can do things on that just make it like so crazy. So okay, Matthew, what about you? What's your
Well,
Favorite.
Ryan's here talking about like revolutionary artists and stuff that like are like close to him. I'm just thinking about whether or not I should talk about Macklemore. Like, I liked him. He was my favorite artist in freshman year of high school, I think, and that's about it. But like, he was the first artist I was like, okay, I'm gonna look at this guy's actual music and see what like else he makes.
and look at it, yeah.
Even though, yeah, he's kind of standard milquetoast like rapper, but
No, I mean I
If
have
it
a lot of
moves
his
you, it
songs
moves
as
you,
well.
you know?
Yeah.
yeah, he makes good music. Like besides his mainstream stuff, I think he makes some good stuff.
Yeah, I remember in high school, I was only listening to Thrift Shop by Macklemore. I just kept listening to that, and one of our old friends, Harry, he was like, I think he was super into Macklemore, and he was like kind of picking on me. He was like, "Oh, come on, there's more music than just Thrift Shop." And then I actually like started listening, and you know, he's got a bunch of good songs.
He's got some good shit in there. Thrift Shop, I think, is like one of his like most popular,
Oh, yeah,
least
for sure.
favorite
It's
songs.
I mean, it's catchy, man. Like,
it's catchy,
yeah.
but
Yeah. So I guess going from music into kind of like more like just music in video games or movies and stuff like that. The first thing that pops in my head is like just the whole like music genre of video games,
Wait,
like Rock Band.
before we go
Guitar
into
Hero.
this, I don't.
Yeah.
I think we had to list 3, right?
Oh yeah.
Johnny Cash probably for
Oh, good old Johnny
Johnny
Solid
Cash.
right there.
I liked all of his later stuff when he's all like old and sad.
Yeah.
Like his what he got famous for is just like a regular country musician. But what I care about is when he started wearing black and stuff.
Yeah, because like you don't see a lot of people like put that amount of like expressive, depressive content in their music, and that dude was like
He's
the
like
epitome of sadness.
what I've heard. He's like country goth is what I've heard.
Yeah, that's a
Country
really
goth.
yeah.
I haven't heard that, but it definitely.
And then the third one, I don't know. Like I'm really like into Muse right now. I know that's
Muse
also
is
pretty
real cool,
mainstream,
yeah.
but their music's pretty fire.
See, I like music because they're kind of bringing like that rock, vibe back, and I guess I appreciate rock a lot more. But like anyone who brings like a solid guitar into their music, I just.
But like
kiss.
you see, like the 3 I named, like they're just like so mainstream.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if,
I mean, Pink
just,
Floyd and the Beatles and
I mean, that's
Red Hot
fair,
Chili
actually,
Peppers,
yeah.
they're all pretty mainstream. They're
That's
just
a
like
good point, actually.
yeah, they might just be a little older or something, and yeah, I think I don't know why I just thought of this, but another like genre of music that I really like that is like way different from everything else I listen to is electro swing. So like Caravan Palace or Pair of Stellar.
I really like that genre a lot, but the problem is if I'm just listening to a playlist of that, it all just melds together in my
that's
brain.
true.
Yeah, when I first started listening to electro swing, like 80% of my Spotify library was electro swing, and then after a year, I was like, I can't listen to this shit anymore. Took like a 2-year break, and now like it seems like the 2 electro swing people I listen to, Pair of Stellar and Caravan Palace, they both are like actually completely changing like what electro swing means and like what it sounds like electro swing or
Caravan Palace is actually trying.
yeah, like
from what I've
Caravan
seen.
Palace put out their new albums called like Chronologic, and it sounds completely different than their older electro swing, but it's still, I don't know. Every time I listen to that Chronologic album, I literally just like am filled with joy. Like I don't know why, it just like it.
You guys are convincing me to go look into albums more. I started on The Heist, which is Malcolm Moore's like big. That's the one I think he did Thrift Shop in.
Yeah.
And I'm trying that. But then
No,
I'll start going.
I
to
agree
other
with you
albums.
on that. I love listening to like an artist album, especially like going from like the start of the album to the bottom, because that's like their story, And
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's really good to listen to like bits and pieces out of context, but like, I mean, maybe I'm just biased because like like Shine On and like it's like albums are awesome.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, like my roommate right now. His name's Gavin, but he has like an actual like record player and everything, and he has like 40 different records, and so he kind of showed me the awesomeness of just playing records as a whole. So what I've been doing on Spotify is like, I mean, when a new like album comes out, like for a new Watsky album comes out, I love Watsky. I'm gonna listen to them all. I like just listen to the whole album like 5 times.
Yeah.
Like that Igor album by Tyler the Creator, I listened to that about like 40 times
Just
as
going
of right
back to
now.
back, yeah.
Yeah, and then like you were saying, that's one of those ones where it like it kind of tells a story.
Yeah, because
when
that
you go.
I think a lot of people don't really appreciate that, but like how incredibly difficult it is to like not only just like write an album, but like write an album with a story behind it that like
Yeah.
has meaning. Because like that's just really cool in my opinion.
So since you were about to go into, I interrupted you, but you were about to go into like
Oh, yeah.
music and other things. What video game, movie, TV thing, just its soundtrack, is like fire to you? Like I don't.
Hotline Miami.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
pretty. That's
I
pretty.
agree
Hotline
with that.
Miami. That like opened my eye to that entire genre of music. I don't even know what that genre of music is called.
It's just like 80. Like, well,
80s electro kind of synth.
yeah.
yeah, but I mean Hotline Miami. I mean like every song on that is a banger.
Yeah.
And it definitely fits just mass murdering people.
Have either of you played I forgot the company, but the guys that make Bastion. Ever played it?
Oh, I think I played Bastion I haven't played any other games for long, except that soccer one, the new one, or whatever.
Their soundtracks are pretty.
Stellar.
Yeah.
Personally, like, and it's not quite what you guys are talking about, but like the rock band, like the early rock bands, I remember just like being a kid and just like playing over and over. So I like look back, like, you know, like every now and then I'll look at my Spotify, and you know, I'll be like, oh, wait a second, I think I got this song from Rock Band.
Oh, I
And
definitely done
Rock
that.
Band,
And
that's
I
probably one of its greatest accomplishments, just reintroducing those
rock
classic.
to, yeah. And I honestly, I think that's like, you know, like I would have gotten into it either way, but I think it definitely like helped me start, you know, getting into rock. Because like almost every single song from like Rock Band 2 is like somewhere in my Spotify library.
Yeah, I just want to point, because I literally bought Matthew's PS4 like 2 or 3 years ago, specifically so I could play Rock Band 4. So I bought it. I bought 2 guitars. Still haven't found drums yet because, you know, they don't really make those anymore. So
It's like the Holy Grail, the White Whale.
yeah, and so but I think what's hilarious is there are some hilarious songs on there. Like I bought a SpongeBob DLC pack, so I have like Best Day Ever, stuff like that. Which, by the way, going back and actually playing those SpongeBob songs are like actual rock songs.
Yeah,
Like you hear drums, you hear a guitar. Still Alive by like GLaDOS, the Portal song is on there. So
SpongeBob is definitely like one of those shows that like you can say a lot about it, but like the music behind there was like probably like some of the best in my opinion.
oh, every time they did like a musical
so
song,
good.
like Where's Gary?
Oh my god! Like I'm pretty sure I cried the first time I heard that. Like the emotional response invoked is powerful.
You can tell when people like there's musicians in like a working set of a show or something. Like
Definitely.
It's Always Sunny is kind of like that, where Charlie's like ridiculously good at just improv.
Yeah.
Like, he can just come up with a song on the spot.
Yeah.
That's what I love. What's the movie called? Into the Spider-Verse. That soundtrack.
Oh my god. That
Yeah, and what I liked about that is because, you know, it was like this whole type of like they actually like went to a bunch of like rappers and
Yeah.
stuff like that and actually like commissioned music, so it was like a more authentic of a, you know, sound. That when we went to a Watsky concert, one of the guys that was opening for Watsky actually wrote a song that I think played in the end credits.
Dude, and his like the poster, the graphic behind that was so cool. I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
seeing that. I was like, oh my god, like
Speaking of good video game soundtracks, 2 more just popped in my mind. First of all, I don't know. I think we would have been crucified if we didn't talk about like Halo, like just the whole Halo franchise, like
True.
that whole like symphony-esque. But then the other one is TF2. Like they put those songs on Spotify.
uh-huh.
The TF2 music is like something else. Like they literally, I don't know, all the Valve games, they have like an orchestra. They literally have like the Valve orchestra or something.
Does Valve have an orchestra?
I don't know, maybe it's just like a commission and then they like call
I'm
it the
assuming they
Valve
like just like
orchestra.
hire contracts.
Or yeah, maybe
I don't
they
think
have
they
like
just
a certain amount. But
They just have a standing orchestra in the back.
yeah, but I mean like all their games, the music is great, but especially TF2. There's a lot of like great songs in TF, and part of that might be nostalgia, but I do think they're bangers.
Witcher 3 has a very unique soundtrack because it's supposed to be like Slavic themed.
Mm-hmm.
So you hear like a da, da. I don't know what I'm doing.
No, that's
There's like some
accurate,
woman
yeah.
chanting in the background as you like beat up a wyvern or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. Same with Skyrim too. Like,
Oh!
like Skyrim has like that whole Nordic kind of vibe to it. That like when you're playing the game, I love how immersed you feel into it. Because like I feel like that's when you know they've done a good job. Is like when like even the music is matching you, like bashing this dragon's face in. Like,
Oh yeah, because that's a whole type of thing with video games. Is like I don't know the term for it, but like if the game they actually focus a lot on that. Like there's things where. Like, say you go to a new area in, like, a video game, it might start taking away instruments.
Yeah.
And then it might start
Slowly,
adding
yeah.
instruments. Yeah. And that's, like, really, really cool because then you're getting to a point where it's not just... I think it's, like, that's more of, like, music mixing and stuff. I don't know. I don't... Because I know a big part of soundtracks, like, when you want to buy a soundtrack for a video game, a lot of the times the music isn't made, like, here's a 3-minute song, we're going to play it in the video game. It's, like, here's... this music that loops and here's some instruments that'll loop depending on who you're attacking or whatever, and then so it's literally someone's job to take that and actually put them in real songs.
it's almost like producing right there, but like just in like video games.
Yeah, and that's like a whole skill. The other video game that I feel like I gotta talk about is just Dance Dance Revolution. Because like when I was a kid, I think for one of my birthdays, my parents bought me like one of those like mats, like the ones that you could plug into your PlayStation 2, and it was terrible. It did not work at all. So like my entire birthday was ruined. No, it wasn't ruined. I think I got like some other stuff. But so my dad ended up buying an actual metal Dance Dance Revolution on like Craigslist or something. So yeah, we literally had a like Dance Dance Revolution arcade pad that you could plug into the PS2 and play it.
Man, that's
That's pretty wild.
personally never got into it because like I used like that's just a lot of work and energy. Like I'd rather like sit back on like the like couch and like play Guitar Hero.
Yeah, that's actually like fitness and stuff. You.
Yeah, I mean, like, unless you're, like,
game.
playing super hard, a lot of the times it's just, like, you're standing there and you're like, step forward, step right.
But every now and then you gotta go ham, and it's like, whoa.
I remember when I was a kid, I don't know why I did this, but I did something. I would like put a bandana over my eyes where I could still see it, but then I would tell my family, I'd be like, I can do this blindfolded, but I could just still see the notes, and they probably totally saw through it. But they're like, "Oh, you're so good. Good job, kid."
You're probably just like this fucking kid.
You know, me and Matthew were kind of talking about it in the car. How like we were talking about Borderlands. How like with their trailers, like almost every single song that they've had in their trailers, like hyped you up so much for the game. And that's like I think another facet of like music is like you can kind of repurpose it to like with a graphic visual. Like the Borderlands trailers, and you're like, oh my god! It's like when you're playing the game, you can almost like hear it in the background.
Oh
like,
yeah.
There's so many songs where like I just identify not with the game because it's on the game, but like a trailer.
Yeah, I was gonna say the because like that goes into the Moondance trailer for the pre-sequel. Like I have that song, and so every time I listen to that song on my Spotify, I literally just think about Borderlands.
That's gotta be good marketing then, right there. Like they've done their job. Like
that's true.
That reminds me of a stupid trend recently of like a slightly edgy movie where they'll take like a pop song or a rock song and do like a slow tune like cover of it in the trailer. It's starting to annoy me. Like all I can think about now with what was it, Rat in a Cage? What's the song called? The fucking Rampage movie.
Yeah.
I every time I can't think of
because it's like there's other slow songs like that are slow by default that you could choose. I mean, like I guess like it's probably not fair to say like blanket statement they're all bad, but I know what you're talking about. There I've seen some like bad examples.
I think
of that.
covers are really tricky to get down because like on one hand like there's one philosophy you want to stick as true to the original as possible, and then like personally I try and like lean and change it. You can either change it and it's great, or you can change it and it sucks. Sometimes it just sucks.
That makes me so because like we all use Spotify, and so like back then there was music, you bought it and it was yours. You could do whatever you wanted with it. Well, now, I mean, like, there are times, like, I had a cover of Seven Nation Army, except it was a rap, like, cover, and it was someone that was doing, like awesome rap hip-hop, and then, like, I just couldn't find it anymore, and then I looked, and it, like, had been delisted off Spotify, so maybe, I don't know if you didn't get permission or whatnot, because for covers, you do have to, like, get permission from the artists.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know, that always, like, makes me, like, and, like, sometimes, like, even though I have Spotify Premium, and all my songs are downloaded, theoretic, like there are times where like I don't have service and I can't play my songs on Spotify, and I'm like, what is the point of me having premium, downloading them? I don't know. It's just kind of scary.
Well,
to
when
think
like
about.
Premium first came out, like back when you kind of had more access into your phone's like hardware, you could like physically, like at least in Android, see the files where they were, and there was like I forgot what the player was, but you could like there was a player to play the songs outside of Spotify. So, but I've lost access to that by now.
Yeah.
But like you used to have more control over this stuff. But
yeah, they probably figured it out. So, I guess like the other part, the last part of like kind of music and pop culture that we haven't talked about is like just straight up like musicals or like especially like those like all the Disney animated movies that like literally have like 15. I mean, they're pretty much musicals, but like Moana.
The one
Moana's
musical.
good.
I guess besides Disney musicals, I was going to say the one I actually kind of enjoyed was The Greatest Showman, which now that I think about it, I think people don't like that much. I think mainly just because it depicts a guy that was actually kind of a piece of shit as a good person. But I don't know. I found all the music in that movie catchy. But
as far as like musicals go, I think like my early like foray was like Les Mis, and I just love like the soundtrack to it. Like it's because it's foreign, and it's like you really don't understand what they're saying, but like through proper inflection, like you kind of get the gist, you know.
Yeah.
But definitely musicals are like a whole, I don't know, I slept on them so long. Like I always thought I was like, no, that's, that's kind of weird. I'm not about that.
That's like dorky or whatever.
Yeah, but like, I don't know, man. I think it was like the theater kids, they got to me. They were like, no.
This isn't a musical, so I don't know where I'm bringing this up now, but I don't want to forget Whiplash, the movie Whiplash, where it's like the drummer that wants to be a super good drummer. That's a really good that's a really good video or thing. But so we're running a little bit low on time. So this is been episode 11 of Media Crash, and thank you so much,
problem. It's been awesome.
Ryan, for coming. But stay tuned for next episode, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.